What's good, everyone? You are tuned in to Raggedy Crimes and Chaos, where freedom lasts exactly as long as you decide it does. I'm your host, and today we're in Decatur, Alabama, where a man spent 568 days and 17 hours in the Morgan County Jail, served his time, walked out the front door, looked at the parking lot, saw a 2009 Ford Crown Victoria, a corrections department vehicle, and stole it. A jail lieutenant saw him drive away and followed him. He made it less than 2 miles before being arrested and put back in the same jail minutes after leaving it. Let's get into it. All right, this is David Chenoweth, Vinemont, Alabama, March 7th, 2024. David has served 568 days and 17 hours in the Morgan County Jail in Decatur, Alabama, for burglary, possession, and traffic charges. He has done his time. He is free to go. The door opens. David walks out into the parking lot. Fresh air, freedom. 568 days in jail. And then David sees a car. A Ford Crown Victoria. A 2009 Ford Crown Victoria, sitting in the parking lot. Now, what does David know about Crown Victorias? They used to be police cars, and apparently this one still is. It belongs to the corrections department. It is a vintage corrections vehicle, a work car, parked in the jail parking lot that David just walked out of, and David gets in. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office calls it a vintage 2009 Ford Crown Victoria Corrections vehicle. They called it vintage. David stole a vintage corrections car. Now, here is what David did not consider. A jail lieutenant is watching from inside and sees David walk into the car, getting in and driving away from the jail parking lot in a corrections department vehicle. Minutes after being released, the lieutenant follows the car and notifies units in the area. The vehicle is recovered on 6th Avenue in Decatur. less than 2 miles from the jail. David Chenoweth is arrested and charged with first-degree theft. Bond is set at $20,000. And David goes back inside the Morgan County Jail, the same one he just left minutes earlier. He was outside far less time than it took to drive 2 miles. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office posts on Facebook. Upon his release, he proceeded to steal a vintage 2009 Ford Crown Victoria corrections vehicle from the parking lot. A jail lieutenant happened to see this and was able to follow the vehicle and notify area units. The vehicle was quickly recovered on 6th Avenue in Decatur. That's it. That's the whole post. No editorializing, just the facts. Because the facts speaks for themselves. The story goes national within hours because the math is extraordinary. 568 days inside, minutes outside, in a car that belongs to the building he just left. One person writes, he was free for the length of a 2-mile drive. That is his freedom story. Another comment, the lieutenant who watched him steal it from inside the jail is living a very specific kind of Tuesday. Someone else, a vintage corrections car. They really specified that it was vintage. And this one, he got out. He needed a ride. He made a decision. 2 miles later, he was back. This is the shortest freedom arc I've ever seen. So, what have we learned from today's Raggedy Crime? Lesson 1. The jail parking lot is not a car rental lot. The vehicles there belong to the institution you just left. Lesson 2. Jail lieutenants watch the parking lot. They see everything. On your way out, while you are making decisions. Lesson 3. If you need a ride after 568 days, please call someone, anyone. The car in the jail parking lot is not the move. 568 days and 17 hours, over a year and a half. David got out. He had the full parking lot in front of him. He had the whole city ahead of him. He had freedom. And he looked at that Crown Vic and said, That one. That's the one. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. If this made you want to have a plan for when you walk out of places, same. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for listening to Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. And remember, stay safe out there. When you walk out of a building, do not steal from the parking lot, especially if that parking lot belongs to the building that you just walked out of. Until next time, I'm out.